Alright guys, Money Glasgow here, and I'm bringing you the post-draft analysis for the MBL 2.0. It's a league with a couple of friends that we're just doing for fun, and we decided to record it because we need some content on our channel. You want to go and introduce yourself, Pokecrafter?
Yeah, hey guys, this is Pokecrafter999. On my channel, I'm gonna at least start doing more Pokemon. I'm gonna start doing trading card game and showdown. I'm going to be doing some other gaming, so look out for that. Getting a Switch soon. Hopefully gonna be able to record that.
Yeah, and the thing is that the battles and team builders will be alternating per channel, so team builders will one week will be on mine, and then the battle will be on his. So make sure you check out both channels to be able to catch up with both the games and the team builders. But
Team builders.
I gotta say,
Also, the battles are gonna be post commentated because you don't have a capture card.
So if you know how to, well, if you do have a capture card or know someone who can help us, let us know down in the comments below, because we really need someone who can be able to record a 3DS so we can then get the file and be able to post commentate over it. But yeah, I'm really happy with this team. Like, there's some teams that we've seen that, not some teams, but some mons that might be able to hurt us. But I feel like we have a lot of things to cover it, and
there's only one Pokemon I'm questioning, which we're gonna get into later. But
yeah.
Overall, other than that, I'm very happy with this. With this team.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to.
Also, This league is a free draft, so that's why we have all of this power.
Yeah. So there wasn't like SABC like the actual MBL. It was free. Now, I was unfortunately left alone to draft this because Pokecrafter wasn't able to be there. But we did mention before the draft that we wanted to get Mega Gengar because it's a great Mega, and I'm surprised it was allowed.
We wanted Mega Gengar. We wanted an Intimidate user. We wanted a Tapu. We wanted an Ultra Beast. We wanted a Prankster Tailwind user, and we wanted Redirection, and we wanted a base 100 mon. We got all these things.
We got everything, and it wasn't even hard to get them either. Like, everything that we said we wanted, we got.
Yeah, well, I think we were talking about a different Ultra Beast, but hey, with this Ultra Beast still.
Yeah.
God.
You know what? Just I quickly want to mention something because I just saw this while. You remember when you said Prankster Tailwind? I just realized superpower lowers your attack and defense, right? With Defiant, will that give you 2 boosts?
No, it's only when you're it says this Pokemon's attack is reduced by 2 for each of its stats lowered by a foe.
On fort.
That would be broken.
It's kind of like contrary, but all right. But I'm gonna go in and talk about our first mon that we drafted.
3.
Yeah, right.
+3.
+3. Broken.
Or +3. I guess neutral or -1, but still.
All right, but our first mon here, Mega Gengar, incredible mon, 170 special attack, pretty good speed tier, letting us outspeed things like Tapu Koko, which actually does put in some work with our team, so this does give us a check for it. Has things like Clear Smog to eliminate Calm Mind. Oh, Speed Ties it, excuse me. Dark Pulse, Dazzling Gleam, great coverage. Energy Ball, always good. Giga Drain to get some health back on things that are 4 times weak to grass. Can be physical. We have like things like Brick Break to break screens. Gets all the elemental punches because back in Gen 3 they were special moves, so Gengar learned them. Gets knockoff. Can be a Perish Trapper, which will probably be really helpful for us. Because
I don't believe until Virtual Console comes out we can use the Gen 2 moves, but.
Yeah, we're not allowed to, but Gen 3 was Ice Punch and Fire Punch and all that, so.
Oh, well.
But, it gets Psychic, which is really helpful under Psychic terrain. Shadow Ball is just incredible stab. Gets Sludge Bomb to hurt things that are Fairy types. Sludge Wave to hit 2 things that are Fairy types. Gets Thunderbolt, which can be redirected by Raichu. Taunt is always a great move.
Not just Fairy types, it's a strong stab.
Oh, it's an incredible stab move. Get Sucker Punch if we ever need like some sort of priority if we're missing it. Will-O-Wisp to wear things away. Toxic to get some residual. Does have a lot of like quote unquote usually useless moves, which will be used a lot in.
Also, talking about Toxic, it's a poison type, so
it won't
if
miss.
they for some reason use something like Fly, it won't miss. It will never miss. It's got like no guard effect on poison types.
Which is always a great thing. Astonish might be a good move just to like flinch something to death, because flinching in doubles is really, really good, as you'll see later. Could also be sub focus punch Gengar. That's some heat right there. It has it can't. Oh yeah. Well, never mind. Excuse me. It has things like infestation, but we already can trap. So infestation main look probably won't be as useful. It gets Icy Wind, which can slow some things down, letting things like Buzzwell and Tapu Lele sweep. Can put things to sleep with Hypnosis and then use Dream Eater. Nightmare can also do damage to things that are sleeping. Maybe we can even hope for an Ominous Wind all stat boost. Can roleplay if we have something like a huge power or pure power, Mega Metasham, or any of those mons.
Or something with adaptability.
That too, and we can just steal adaptability, because not all the time will we need Shadow Tag, but it's always a great move to have. Sunny Day can help Chlorophyll, which Shift Tree has. Trick Room can help with Buzzwell if we want to have a Trick Room sweeper.
Also, we can do something like if we don't need to trap anything, like if it's their last mon, with the Lando out, you won't play the Lando, get the Intimidate off.
Yeah.
Stuff with like that.
Or we just roleplay Salamence and get double Intimidate.
That true.
And then Venoshock is good if we end up poisoning like his whole team and we just spam Venoshock, because it's actually a really high base power move with stab and everything. So this thing has a whole ton of stuff it can run. It gets Rain Dance, which is always good for Blastoise. And Hydro Pump is still missing the ring, can't it? Pokecrafter.
What? Yes, sorry.
It's all good. But it also will let Tornadus' Hurricanes be 100% accurate. So I'm really happy that we were able to pick up this. I mean, we were the first pick in the draft, so it wasn't like we could get sniped for it. But it's an incredible first round draft pick, and I wouldn't have seen anything other than Mega Salamence to take. But if I'm gonna get Gengar and then Mince, which you will go ahead and explain now, is our second draft pick. We had to take now because it was too good to pass up.
Exactly. Mence, round 2. We had to take it round 2. It's too good to pass up. Mence can be run physical, give me run special. It gets Dragon Dance, it gets Intimidate, it has Moxie, so you can be like a Scarf Moxie sweeper. Obviously, again, Dragon Dance with like Earthquake and Moxie, and plus again Intimidate being on the weakened things with that role play Intimidate as well, possibly out of Gengar, excuse me. Also again can be run special, so it gets over stuff like that. Hydro Pump. Also, I guess can be run bulky with that Intimidate with like Boost and Toxic and stuff like that. Also could set up Tailwind if we 100% need it. I can get stuff like Fly, which I guess can be decent if we like trap in a grass type with Mega Gengar. It gets a Sunny Day, which can help our last pick, which again we'll get into later. Incinerate. This is a move that I've always hated since like Gen 5, because Pansy was a pain to train up with just Incinerate, but it's actually really good in doubles because it hits both enemies and it will just burn their berry. And with the new really good berries, that could actually be clutch. Coming in and just doing that. And it gets Defog, which hazards can be a huge problem in this type of league. And again, just the sweeping potential out of it. Dragon Dance, if we want to run it like Lumberry or the Confusion, or I think it's Persimberry. Yeah, Persimberry. And we want to run a Swaggermon next to it. Just swagger it, give it +3 attack, +1 speed after a Dragon Dance, and then just click Earthquake. And just destroy things with also having Moxie. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just too good to pass up at this point. Also, its biggest weakness, Ice Shard, is covered by our next mon, well, the health thing that what's up, which Square will be happy to talk about right now.
All right, Tapu Lele. Something that I really wanted to say about this mon that many people pass up is that this aromatherapy right here. Like, when you think about it, as a support unit and throughout the team, Toxic can wear away a lot of these mons. I know we have 2 immunities to Toxic, but like things that might wear away if Buzzwell accidentally gets burned with Scald, just click aromatherapy and it goes away. Sure, I could mention about Psychic Surge. We all know Psychic Surge plus Psychic does incredible damage, and we all know Lele can easily be a great stall breaker with Psychic, with Twisted Spoon and everything. Get Shadow Ball. Can Thunderbolt.
Also, with the next mon I'll be talking about in a minute, it's dodgy speed stat is gonna be fixed. So
yeah. Also, if Tornadus goes down, we can get Salamence to Tailwind for it too. So having 2 Tailwinders is always great. Can set up Light Screen and Reflect, which can always help for sweeping potential. It's got some really weird moves down here, but they can always come out to be useful, like Charge Beam. We need to hit a Gyarados or something. Well, of course we already have Thunderbolt, but you know, who doesn't like the boosts?
Also, if we really want to set up with like Ment, we can run the
Flings
we
Rock.
can run Intimidate. We can run Intimidate to lower their defense, and then Aromatic Mist to raise Ment's special defense, and then get Dragon Dances off.
Yeah, and I mean, I know Salamence Salamence gets like can run Psychic Seed. I'm not sure what stat that increases though. Psychic Seed, Spadeft as well. So like it can get +2 Psychic defense, special defense.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Which can always be helpful for random hidden power ices, because I don't see why someone wouldn't run a random HP ice, because Salamence can be pretty busted. Now, Psych Up is a really cool move.
We have good ice switch-ins though, so
yeah, we do have really good ice switch-ins, but it gets skill swap because Psychic Surge only works once, and it doesn't activate again while switching. Like when it doesn't activate again while you're still in the battle, so you might as well just get rid of it. But skill swap can get rid of good abilities. Can also skill swap with like Salamence, because Salamence doesn't need Intimidate again, so you can just constantly switch Intimidate back and forth, which can always be a good thing. Get Psych Up to copy stab boost. Also, can do things like Tickle. Right, that doesn't hit both people though, does it? Or do it? I'm not sure what that does.
it does. It lowers defense and attack by 1 stage.
To both opponents or one?
Just one of them, but also gets that nice and strong stab dazzling.
Yeah, it does get a strong stab dazzling, which is both opponents. But I could have sworn like Coliseum and XD they use Tickle and it attacked both opponents, but that might have been a Gen 3 thing. Not entirely sure.
I think it was a Gen 3 thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of moves in Gen 3 that hit both opponents that they don't now. Like Hurricane, I really miss that. Hurricane hitting both opponents. But it is what it is. I'm just really glad we got this thing, because Psychic Terrain just works wonders with our team. And the way that we built around Psychic Terrain is just even more fun to mess around with. But I'm going to lead you into the next mon, probably the one that you suggested the most, and I'm really glad that it was still there in the 4th round. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have our sweepers, right? We have our Gengar, which can do massive damage to that base 170. We have Salamence, which Dragon Dance sweeping. We have Lele that hits hard, but it's got a dodgy speed. Well, this next mon is gonna let us fix that speed and have, well, also set up with other things like Skydrop. This Pokemon is Tornadus. Again, Skydrop. It gets Price or Tailwind to buff that 95 speed up to like 190 because it doubles. It gets U-turn, it gets taunt, it gets a bunch of different things, and it's really good. It can fire off really strong hurricanes. It can set up weathers for things like Blastoise. It's just really good. Knockoff. You run physical, special, defiant. There's also a thing if we see an intimidate user and we want to run it physical. It's just overall a very good mod. And speaking of Blastoise, I'll let Glister talk about our next pick.
Yeah, something I want to mention about Tornadus real quick is the Defiant ability. With Intimidate being everywhere in doubles, Defiant is such a good ability to have. But I'm going to go into Blastoise now. Something I personally really wanted to get because I love the idea of Follow Me in doubles. That lets so much sweeping potential able to be happen. And with Salamence Dragon Dancing up, obviously ice moves are going to come its way. You follow me an ice type move with like a specially defensive or defensive Blastoise, and it's going to do 0 damage. And that's something I really enjoy having with Blastoise, is these incredible defense stats with Follow Me. Unfortunately, you can't run Fake Out with Follow Me, like I was just informed. But that's kind of unfortunate.
They're both transfer moves from different gens, I'm pretty sure. So, but still,
like Fake Out is really good to have because it cancels out a single mon. Something I didn't mention with Mega Gengar, but he does get Haze just like Blastoise. Haze is not always the best ability in doubles because I think it removes your teammate's ability as well.
It does. It removes your teammates, but we were talking about things like Intimidate and Tickle.
Yeah.
You can just remove those stat drops as well.
Yeah. Something we completely forgot to mention, but there was a designated Z Captain. Either you could have drafted 2 Megas and a Z Cap, or 2 Megas, 1 Z Captain and 1 Zmon, or 1 Z Captain and 1 Mega, excuse me, and then 2 Z Captains. So we of course wanted to use Z moves. So we ended up getting a Mega and a Z user.
Yeah, because we obviously wanted really bad.
Unfortunately, it wasn't like the MBL that everybody can use Z moves, because then I could use a Z move and he could use a Z move, letting us get 2 Z moves and 2 Megas in a battle, which is always nice to have. But you know, I'm okay with the rules. I don't want to be the one who will say and disagree with every rule, but it is what it is. Back to Blastoise though, gets an Aqua Jet, can go first. It doesn't have bad stats for Aqua Jet. This 78 speed can get easily patched up with Prankster Tailwind or just straight up Tailwind from Salamence. Gets things like Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Ice Punch. Gets Aqua Tail, Scarf Water Spell. That's so
or
heat.
Even Water Spout in like, or like even Specs Water Spout and Tailwind. Just like, okay, you have no switch-ins.
Yeah, I mean, and it gets Rock Slide. Like, this thing could be physical, special, specially defensive, HP invested. Like, it just has it all. Like, it's so much fun to use. And, of course, being only water, it's only weak to electric and grass. So, if you put it next to Raichu, it can only be hit by grass-type moves. But it does get things like Bulldoze. Unfortunately,
and we have plenty of grass-type switch-ins, being Buzzwell, Salamence, Tornadus, and Shiftry,
and Heatran,
and Mega Gengar. So they're not gonna just freely throw off a grass move because we have all those switches.
We have a ton of switches for it.
4 of our 10 mods. That's almost half of our mods.
Yeah. And it does get Rapid Spin, which I forgot to mention, but Rapid Spin is good because hazards can be a problem when we're doing 6v6, and a lot of switch outs may be happening, because obviously I'm not going to leave a Blastoise in there when I know
when there's a, well, it wasn't drafted, but when there's a Bulu sitting around.
Yeah, like that, that's just a dumb move.
Yeah, just...
Unfortunately, it doesn't get its Mega ability, Mega Launcher, because Aura Sphere and Dragon Pulse and all those moves would be so much fun to use, but
we can still use them. Just
I know we can still use them, but they won't be boosted. I mean, Torrent is always a good ability. Like, it's so underused because it's like, oh, it's the starter's ability, but like, it puts in wonders.
It's gonna be taking hits anyway. It's following me and such, and then you just fire off like a Torrent Hydro Pump.
That does so much damage.
That's gonna do so much. That's gonna do almost as much as a hydro or a water spout from full is gonna do.
Yeah. And then Rain Dish is always nice to heal back. Like Aqua Ring, Rain Dish, and Leftovers is just so much recovery that a lot of teams might make.
Like I don't see either of the rain setters, but just if somebody for some reason we were talking like Rain Dance earlier.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about Rain Dance later as well with Mew, but.
All right, you want to go into the next one though, Raichu.
Yeah, our next one is Raichu. Raichu, again, fake out plus, what's it called? Follow me. It's really good support wise. Also gets a Nuzzle, which is a 20 base power go move. Doesn't really matter if that is physical because they're not doing much damage with that. But it always paralyzes. It's got a 100% chance to paralyze. So that can be really good to slow things down to. If we don't have Tailwind up anymore, we just slow something down and then bring in like Lele and kill it or something. Also gets things like Knockoff for just running pockets. E-Speed, which it doesn't have the worst attack in the world. It's actually tied to the special attack, so that's good. It gets Encore, so that's good for helping with like if they try setting up. Discharge, which and also with its really good or pretty good speed, Encore helps. Discharge to hit a lot of things. It can even get like Surf, which is funny, but it could work. Also, again, it's got the same attack and special attack, so it can Wild Charge, Volt Tackle, even Volt Switch, Thunderbolt. It can do do something like Electro Ball, which because it's got a really good speed tier. Water type, click Electro Ball on it, do a lot. It also gets Helping Hand, which is good for like setting up the damage of our next Pokemon. It can Rain Dance if we need that Rain Dish. It gets Tickle, which lowers attack and defense by 1 stage. It gets Swift, which if we see like I don't know, like Bright Batter, I don't know, but it hits both foes with a 60 base normal move. It's not the worst in the world. It's just overall a really good support Pokemon. Yeah. And also gets Wish. So, and I'm actually gonna talk about the next one because we're switching up the order a little bit. Our next Mon and our Z Captain is Mew. Let that sink in for you. Mew round 7, because this is the order you see these Pokemon in is the order we found we drafted them in, or he drafted them because I wasn't there. But Mew is our Z Captain. Just look at all these moves. Just look at all of the moves it gets. It gets reliable recovery and roost and soft boil and stuff like that. It gets Swords Dance. It gets Nasty Plot. We can run Z Rain Dance to set up the rain for Rain Dish Blastoise, while also getting that speed boost. And then Nasty Plot next turn with Blastoise sitting there getting the recovery and follow me in. And then we switch out Blastoise, bring in Lele, click a Psychic move in Psychic Terrain, and that's a lot of damage right now. Plus 2. Also gets things like Will-O-Wisp, U-Turn, Volt Switch, Toxic, Aurora Veil, in case our opponent brings Hail, which actually our week 1 opponent is bringing it. Also gets things like Bulldoze, obviously, which also something that was pointed out before. Well, not today, not in this episode or video, but it gets String Shot, which people underestimate String Shot, but it lowers both opponents' speed by 2 stages. So it basically halves their speed. That is very good. Also gets Sky Drop, it gets Snarl, it just gets so much coverage. It's actually just insane. And it's based $100. And can we just talk about how much Amulium Z is doing in Psychic Terrain? No, we can't talk about it because it's that insane. I'm just gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna let Gliscor take it in with Heat Train.
What's the name of the Mew Z move? I forget.
I honestly forgot as well. I'm gonna look this up. Why don't you go into Heatran and I'll look this up.
Alright, Heatran. This is a really good mon.
Genesis Supernova.
Genesis Supernova, that's what it is. Just look at that base power. Like, sure, it summons psychics or 185. It's 185.
185. I'm thinking of the start of the universe.
Yeah.
But still.
But sure, it summons psychic terrain after. I mean, it can be a thing that if Lele dies, we can also get psychic terrain up again. But the thing is that under psychic terrain, I'm not sure how much it boosts psychic attacks, but this 1.5,
power, I believe.
So 185 has 1.5 is just incredible. Plus the 1.5 stab.
Plus, if we get off like a nasty plot,
this thing is just gonna blow away any sort of mon. I think Genesis Supernova just one-shots a Max BF Amogus under psychic terrain.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, and also gets.
It's also weak, but weak to it, but still.
Yeah, but like, I'm just saying that because I know it's a bulky mon. Raichu can set up Helping Hand for Genesis Supernova. So this
if we look at our week 1 matchup, I'm gonna calc it now, but they have a Militic.
Oh, that thing's gone.
We'll see. But if we're +2,
I'm gonna go into the next mon though. We got Heatran here. Fire Steel type is always a great type, especially with Flash Fire, letting us absorb any sort of fire hit and let our fire moves do more damage with it. Flame Body is not released yet, so we can't burn Fake Out users, but it has a really great move pool. One thing I wanted to mention is Scarf for Specs Eruption. It gets things like Iron Head can be a great stab physical move if we want to run physical. Gets a whole bunch of special coverage as well, like Flash Cannon. Let's just stab, but Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse.
Okay.
But
excuse me for interrupting you, but a max special defense, max HP, calm nature, militant. If we're at +2 and modest with a Mew, a Genesis Supernova without the psychic terrain is doing 86.2 to 102%.
Jeez.
With that psychic terrain, it's doing over 125%.
And then we can run Timid, can't we?
Probably. Let me calc that. Yeah, with Timid we're doing 118% minimum.
Jeez.
Yeah. This is not something to mess around with. If we get up a nasty one, we are murdering something.
Send me that calc so I can put it up on the screen because that just needs to be shown. But back to this mod. The only thing we have to worry about is earthquakes, and we do have Salamence who can be a good switch into an earthquake. It can carry a balloon to get rid of it. We have a whole bunch of earthquake switches, to be honest. Tornadus, Buzzwell, Shiftry.
Yeah.
So
we had a good amount.
it does get other good moves, like it can be White Herb Overheat, so we can blast away 2. Rock Slide Flinching is always fun to do in doubles. Gets Roar if we need to like shuffle around, maybe a Volcarona or something. Not sure if that was drafted because I haven't looked at many other teams. But Roar can switch it out and make it take even more. Stealth Rocks can also prevent setup. Taunt can prevent setup and recovery. Toxic can always be a good thing.
Volcarona is drafted, by the way.
Alright, so then that Roar is really helpful.
It was drafted by Team Double Team.
Alright. Gets Magma Storm, which is surprisingly under the usually useless moves, but it's actually really good. Trapping a mon in for 4 to 5 turns, which is just enough turns for a Perish Song, by the way. It does 100 base damage. Sure, it might miss a lot, but 100 base power plus stab is just an incredible amount of damage. Can set up Sunny Day. Not sure if you can see this on the screen because of the way I have the layout. We can set up Sunny Day for things like Shiftry and its other fire moves, which will be boosted by Sunny Day. Also weakens an opponent's Surf or Scald. Can then use Solar Beam in that Sunny Day. And Mew can also use Solar Beam, and could be Z Solar Beam as well. Torment can stall break, I guess. because that won't let it spam Sleep Talk. And then won't that make it struggle? Well, really?
What?
If you use Torment on a Rest Talk mod, or will that just make it not be able to click Sleep Talk?
This makes it not be able to sleep talk.
All right. Well, we also have Swagger, which can always be used something with like Lumberry, which will be good.
Although Encore plus Encore Torment something, which we have Encore cards, that means they do struggle, I believe.
All right. Well, then that's some heat. This thing can just explode. Was that you?
I'm muted. What?
I don't know. I just got a call from somebody. Not sure who it was, but I'm gonna check right now. I heard the Discord calling sound. I'm confused. I think it might be somebody else.
Well, we're recording, so.
Yeah. Anyways, you wanna segue into an Ultra Beast we surprisingly got at round 10?
Yeah, round 9, but.
Round 9. Yeah.
Round 9 Buzzwell? We got Buzzwell round 9. Let's talk, before we talk about Buzzwell in itself, let's talk about its attack stat and the fact that we've prankster Tailwind. Its attack stat, base 139. Nothing at all to joke around with. At max attack adamant, it's hitting 380 attack.
No,
that is power.
It's 414.
That is powerful. And it's got very dodgy speed with base 79. But if you're max speed, and the fact that we have prankster Tailwind doubles your ally speed. If you double base 79, if you're max speed, you hit 257. Doubling that, you're over 500 speed. Over 500 speed with a base 380 attack monster that can also get beast boosts of its attack to raise its attack over 500 with one beast boost. And just like, and can set up itself with bulk up and stuff. Like, it just, please. Also, if we've got Tornadus right next to it, we can click Earthquake. And Earthquake at like +1 with that speed, with that attack stat, it's going to murder things. It also gets really strong stabs with things like Hammer Arm if we choose to run Shark Room, which Mew does get, which I forgot to talk about. It can click Rock Slide to hit both opponents if they try to bring in a flying type that's your Tailwind. It gets Thunder Punch, which again for flying types. It's Ice Punch for things like Lando T. It gets, I know I was talking about stab, but it gets Leech Life, which is buff this gen, or to 80 base power. To deal with them pesky fairies. It gets things like Fell Stinger, which in this gen is actually very good. If we get up a Fell Stinger with Tailwind up, if we get a Fell Stinger boost with Tailwind up, I think we basically win the game.
Yeah.
With Rock Slide and Earthquake. And then maybe a stab move, like Leech Life or something. Or, well, probably a fighting stab move. But just, this thing is a monster. And round 9, it was just, I don't understand. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't understand why it was still there. Let's go talk about our final pick, Shiftry, which I was very dodgy about. But let's hear the explanation.
Alright, so looking at the rest of our team without Shiftry, right? What do you think could take a knockoff? That's right, Buzzwell. And if Buzzwell gets knocked off, it's like valuable leftovers for that recovery. Could be Rocky Helmet because it's really tanky. Could be pretty much anything. I don't think this thing wants to be knocked off. Although it can resist it, I don't think it wants to be. So Shiftry gives us a free knockoff, and when it does get hit by knocked off, it steals that Pokemon that knocked it off's item, which can always be something.
So they have a Life Orb, they knock off our Life Orb, they take the Life Orb damage, we steal their Life Orb. Nothing happened except we took a little bit of damage and they took their Life Orb damage, and we get a move off.
And they don't have a Life Orb anymore.
True.
which then also we can run chlorophyll.
They're effectively knocking off their own life orb.
Pretty much. We have chlorophyll, which helps for our 4 sunny day users.
And Z Sunny, I was talking about Z Rain Dance Mew. Z Sunny Day Mew, same speed boost, also can help chlorophyll with this. And plus this with chlorophyll and a +1 attack Mew. And if they both have nasty plot put or SD on Shiftry's side or SD on Mew's side, they are not going to enjoy switching into it.
Not at all. And
like, having 2 of them at really high speed and really high attacks, no, you're not going to enjoy that game.
You're not. And something I wanted to mention with Shiftry, it's sure these stats may look mediocre, but when you think about it, it gets nasty plot and swords dance. Can also be bulky with synthesis, toxic. Gets whirlwind to shift some things around. I'm so clever. Anyways, can be leech seed, can be kind of bulky. Does get defog for any sort of hazards that we don't like on our team, because hazards do chip away at 2 mons, maybe even 3, depending on how well Buzzwell and Heatran take it.
Yeah, like, also, Meds coming in on that as well.
Yeah, Tornado's coming in.
Sticky Web ruining our entire tailwinds, outspeeding everything.
Yeah.
Deal with Buzzwell.
And then, when you think about it, Mons, if we have all this Rain Dance going on, and this thing has Hurricane. So, Hurricane in the range, of course, can't miss, meaning that we get that 30% confusion on. It's always a nice thing to have. It does get low kick, which can be helpful for some big steel types like Registeel if it was drafted. Gets Brick Break, Bullet Seed to potentially prevent Focus Sash on like Smeargle or something. Also, it can't be Spored by Smeargle. Does get other good moves like trying to see another move. It gets Bounce. My computer's also dying. Probably grab the charger for it. Excuse me for a second. But it gets Rock Slide for flinching. It gets Sucker Punch for priority. It also can set up Tailwind of its own. I actually did not know that. But it has Tailwind for itself.
Yeah, that was one of the big things that actually made me question if that was even a decent pick. Which gives us 3 Tailwind users. Actually 4, if you count Mew, if it gets it. 1 second. I'm not about to be wrong to end the video. Yeah, it gets it. So, 4 Tailwind users on a 10-mon team. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is really good. And, excuse that little thing that popped up on my screen. I don't know why I did that, but this thing does get Leaf Storm. Like I mentioned before, White Herb then will remove the stat ups. How good is
we're running with a Sun Solar Beam?
Yeah, that too. It gets things like Growth.
Although you don't want to run Hurt.
Which Growth is always good.
Growth in the Sun?
Yeah.
Growth in the Sun gives you +2 attack, or attack and special attack. Plus it gives you the plus with the chlorophyll. Plus that's double speed plus, so effectively +2 speed, +2 attack, and +2 special attack. Very good.
So think about chlorophyll with Tailwind. We don't even need to run speed investment to outspeed things like Pheromosa. Then we can just we can run max speed. We can run max speed, max attack, and then run things like knock off pretty much every kind of coverage move it has, and just go to town. Like,
yeah. So overall thoughts on the team. I personally love the team. I feel if we could have gotten something like Whimsicott, it would have been a better replacement over Shiftry, but that was drafted round 2 by Team Steel Power. So that wasn't happening. So yeah.
Yep, and we already have a Prankster user, and Sure, and this also does give us a Thunderbolt resistant, since we don't have many of those on our team.
Yeah, we're very weak to electric.
But like we mentioned, but There's only Tapu
Yeah,
Koko.
but like we have Lightning Rod on Raichu, which I forgot to mention.
Oh,
We have Shifters Resist. We have that's about it. But hey, we'll build around it.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is that there's only 2 electric mons, like we said. There's only.
Well, we didn't say that. I don't think.
Oh,
yet,
we didn't
but
say that, but
there's Coco and there's Raichu.
Yeah, there's Coco and Raichu.
We're playing Raichu week 1, so expect some tech needed for that. But
We'll have it covered. Don't worry.
of it, we've got plenty of time to build for the thing.
Yeah, because I'm not
We
sure
don't
when
have- we
the
don't
league
have
is
the
starting.
official one. Yeah, when the battles are done. But yeah, we have some time to think of that. So
Yeah. So you have any closing things you wanna say before we sign off?
Not really. Just that again, this will be coming out. Team builder and battles, switching off every week, and let's hope this is gonna be a good season. We have a very nice team.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can use it correctly. I feel we can, but you never know.
Yep. Well, I'm very confident in this league. It's also gonna be fun trying to play doubles because I'm not too
Yes.
inclined with doubles, but
I think singles are both of our main
yeah.
formats. So, but hey, if you watch the regular MBL, that's Shofu and Duncan. They're our Team We Disney's main things, and they're like 4 or 5-0. So
Yeah, they're
like 4. Well, might be 5-0, maybe might be 5-1, or 4-0, 4-1, or 5-0, or 4-1, or something like that, or whatever. By the time this video goes up, we don't know when this is going up.
it's going on Friday, right?
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah,
Yep. So,
go check out my channel in the description.
but
I'll be uploading. I'll be getting my Nintendo Switch soon, so I'll be uploading some Zelda content. That's because that's the first game I'm getting.
yeah. So make sure you go check his channel out. His link will be in the description. He's gonna start uploading a lot more, as well as me. I really want to start getting on more of a steady schedule. I've just kind of got over being sick, so I can start recording more, which is always a good thing. But yeah, that is love from us. And we are your coaches of Team Razor.
Oh, and by the way, let's explain the name behind that. It's very simple. But
Yeah.
his mascot's a Gliscor. Well, at least not channel mascot, but my mascot for leagues is Weavile. So you put them and both of them have one thing in common. They both evolve. Multiple things in common, but one of the main things is they both evolve with Razor items. Razor Claw for Weavile, and Razor Fang for Gliscor. So
Yep. So that's where we came up with the idea of Team Razor. Our team logo will be but our team logo will be the thumbnail. So
and will hopefully be in the back of it will be incorporated on our layout for stuff. But
yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
And that is all from us. We are your coaches of Team Razor, and we will catch you guys later.